Land at Last, oak fermented, French Saison, conditioned in French oak white wine barrels. So this is the Chardonnay portion of our French Saison that we barreled back in 2021. For the Land at Last, we used entirely Chardonnay barrels. The Chardonnay barrels gave off a much nicer and fruitier flavor, whereas the red wine barrels were a bit more dark and rich, and they kind of didn't fit the profile for this. They were very similar in the way that they started, but by the time we got to blending, they had departed in different ways. We generally do pick the barrels blindly. We don't try and pick them by what product they are. We force carbonated it, and then we added some sugar to create a re-fermentation. There will be dregs in the bottom of the bottle, which are essentially the culture that we created. From this, I get like big hay notes, pear, apricot. It has such carbonation that it has this really prickly style sort of aroma to it, but it's such a lovely and uplifting style beer. And the flavor, it's like pineapple, that pear and apricot come through quite strong. It's not as funky as it can be. The carbonation kind of lifts everything up a little bit, and it allows for a big glass to show a small amount of beer, to allow a lot of like volume of air and a volume of like aromatics through it. This would be like the perfect starter for soft cheeses, water crackers, fish. There's a lot of those sort of like lighter, softer flavors that would pair with this quite nicely. They sort of lend to each other, they'll build on top of each other and they'll dominate.